There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back, people, to our live Clean Slate program. And tonight we're going to have a great engagement, especially to our content creators, our songwriters, and our drama short screen writers as well. Tonight's going to be a great topic, so we hope that you stay tuned and you just engage with us. Brother Carlos, how are you tonight?
A bit tired, but I'm fired up for this program. I mean, I'm very passionate about it. This is one of my loves, and I believe that this is something that some serious attention needs to be given. Before we even go into it, Petra, I just want to condemn strongly the actions taken against our dear friend and brother, Mr. Narin Murphy, aka the trendsetter, one of the hottest calypso producers in Dominica right now, singer songwriters, and he has come up with a very hot tune, and it seems to have pricked some nerves. But even if you don't like this song, that
There's
is not
no need for violence. No
that's
need
not
for
the,
violence.
that is not
You
the way.
can disagree and let it be. No need for violence.
I have to condemn this in the strongest possible way. This is very much uncalled for. So you want to kill a man for singing a song? That's what it has come down to. When you do those things, you only seek to make more attention be placed on it. So Marin sing the song comes out, trendsetter release it, and people don't pay too much attention to it. But you go and shoot up his house and his car. Of course, everybody going to say, well, what that song having it like that now? But
I
you
know.
know,
I was
that
wondering too. I want to listen to it to see what that struck the nerve.
exactly. So you only seek to make the song go viral. And I just want to give him the strength and the courage for him to continue doing the work that he's doing. And he's doing a lot in the social media space as well. Right along the lines of what we're talking about to this evening. So I just want to big up Trendsetter, and I wish you God's protection and guidance, my brother, especially as you enter in the Calypso season and the carnival activities, the festivities, my brother. Make sure you're safe and your family is safe as well.
Yes,
Good
and I
evening.
just want to say I do follow him on social media and Facebook, and he give a lot of positive energy out there. You know, so he call in the morning, he give his little things on his way to work to encourage and motivate others. You understand? So I don't understand, and I mean the song. It was not. I'm not sure what in the song that struck the nerve for the person, but I only the person can answer that question. So again, trendsetter, hold on strong, my brother. Keep speaking your mind, keep speaking the truth, and that's what Calypso season is about: is to speak the truth on your end and let others understand where you stand. That's what I know it is. I remember Hurricane and Hunter and Scrunter in the days when I used to go Calypso. You know, everybody was looking forward to Calypso season to hear what is happening in the country and how the composers are going to put it together to bring, bring it to life. And we are trying to move away from that culture, but our carnival season is to bring up our issues about things we don't like, things we think that can get better, and put it into music and then jump up and down on the road about it. And it's very disturbing when people get personal and shooting up vehicles and so forth and so on. But Dominicans, let us not get to that state. It's okay to disagree, but let us keep it like that. Let us just agree to disagree, and let us continue in love. TUD only we push love and positivity. We're not part of that negativity. We don't have to bring down anybody for us to shine. We're the people who think that you lift people up, even if they don't belong to your organization. If they do something good, you lift them up. And if you see them doing something that you think you are not pleased with, you bring them on a side and you say, hey, you could do this better. But we don't go on social media and we don't go shooting up people's homes. That's not what we do. We are Dominicans. That's not what we do. That's not our culture.
This is very unlike the love that Dominica is accustomed to sharing.
I
I remember in times of immediately past Maria, the outpouring of love and togetherness that Dominicans showed and expressed. And
other.
when I look at some of the calypsos that have been written in times past, one of the biggest songs, the biggest calypso songs in Dominica's history was written on our immediate past president, Petra. You remember that song? Marry the
What's
Girl, Charlie?
yeah. That was the track back then.
Right? It is still a track right now.
I
Because if
remember
say,
Young Yang song. You married a girl, Charlie. You married a
right,
girl. Ding
right.
ding 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 ding. Yeah, the
If the
church.
if the serenade comes out and sing that song tomorrow, everybody in the crowd will be jumping and dancing and
I
singing
know because it's
word
so
for word.
much fun.
Right. Miss,
And that is why we have to come back where we get to the place where our music don't disturb people personally, but rather we laugh and dance and drink about it. That's what it is. And then you continue, carnival season finish, and then you continue and you try to be better
voila.
and to
Do
do
you
better.
think, do you think the Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Roosevelt Skerrit, loses any sleep over a calypso that's written about him?
No, first of all, it's just making you more popular. So, but anyways, it's
Exactly,
so
exactly. So this should not be our modus operandi. We should not operate like that. Show love. If you don't like it, you keep it moving. You put attention to it. It is going to create attention.
yeah,
But I do hope that the person or persons who committed this heinous act are
it's
caught
held accountable.
and they are held accountable for their actions.
That's
We
right.
there's no space in our place for these kind of actions.
Yeah, we don't want to allow too much lawlessness in our country. There is enough already happening in high places. We don't want it to dribble down to the normal man, lady, child, boy, girl. I mean, we need to separate something. We need to stand for something. We should not tolerate lawlessness at any level in our daily bill of country. We don't want this to be our narrative because we're looking forward tourists to come in. It's not good for tourism sector, and so we have to at best try to stay away from negative press if we want to enhance our tourism sector. We don't want people on the outside to think that Dominica is not safe.
Right. Thank you, Petra. And
So,
in yeah, go ahead.
no, we're going to speak about our content. So tell me, Mr. Charles, when you hear about the content, so before we start and before you answer, so last year there was something, I think they call it the nasty business, it was, and a lot of Dominicans, including myself, did not really agree with the type of message. Like I think it should be showcased better. As I brought this idea out because I want to let Dominicans know you can support something and help somebody to grow it into a positive notion. You don't have to. You can tell somebody, "Hey, nice job, good job. Try to keep it clean." Young children are listening. It have a time and place for everything. So
Okay.
in when we say context and content, we want the general public to understand that we're not bashing anybody. We just want to people to write, be creative, but use their space in a positive way.
Okay, so I tend to agree but disagree with you on that. But what I will say is nasty business has been there from time eternal. Our Booyah
Yeah.
artists choose to express it a bit raw. And I may not agree with the expression, I may not agree with it, but I don't necessarily have a problem with it. So,
Yeah. I,
so
I don't
I
have no problem with the music itself.
while I think that some more work can be done in terms of the masking, and
Definitely.
when like it make it more like our calypso because our producers are naturally good writers, so
Exactly.
it should be no issues for our people to keep it a bit
Express
cleaner.
themselves.
Not
Yeah.
maybe not necessarily might be the right word to use, but to mask it in a such a way that people still know what you're talking about, but not too raw because you have those music playing on a school bus, a bus
That's what I'm
going
saying. Yes.
to school. I may not necessarily agree with that, but you cannot control what people, in well, adults listen to. And by and large, this music has been overwhelmingly been accepted internationally. And as a matter of fact, I think we can credit in some way, shape, or form the nasty business for the attention that our Booyah music is getting right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Trilogy. I forgot the other two gentlemen name. They had that song. It was very, very, very. It was a very, very, very good song. I hope you find someone else. So I was amazed at first when I heard it. I was like, where did that? Who's singing that? Somebody sent me the link, and I was like, that's a nice song. It kind of have all kind of rhythm in it, and then they say it's from Dominica, and I was like, we on point. One hit after the other. I was
Right.
like, okay, that's very good. Or young people are expressing themselves, and so that is very good. And the creativity is there, and so we just need to mold them and shape them. Those who can help come help them to make better music. Don't just criticize without giving your positive part of it, because you can see the level of music that's coming out now. The guys are just expressing themselves, and it's going, it's viral. Right here in St. Croix, on the road, vehicles passing and they having the music playing. I hope you find someone to love me like I was like, everybody have it blasting in St. Croix.
Yes, yes, and yeah, because the thing about that song is it's a simple song and it's easy for anyone to resonate with the message. So
Yes.
that is why it was so easily embraced and so widely accepted. Overwhelmingly, I should add. Um, but in terms of content creation and from a TV standpoint, we want our content creators, not just our singer songwriters or video producers, the persons who do shot from the reels. I mean, there's this young lady who does a lot of reels. They call her the Real God, GAWD, the Real God. She goes out and she goes to different activities. She records the activities, and then after subsequent to that, she puts out a reel, and everybody enjoys the content that she puts out. We want to create a platform, and they're gonna listen to us because when we put out a point, they listen to it, but they don't necessarily know how to do it. So I will still say we want to create a platform so that all our content creators, our singer songwriters, can push all their content, and that platform be pushed out there internationally, and our persons who are our content creators get paid for their
Yeah.
productions and not necessarily have to wait for YouTube to be able to pay them, or YouTube, or what's the other one? TikTok, which just got shut down in America. I think it's back up right now. The
Yes, it's
YouTube,
back.
the Facebook, the various social media platforms. We want to be able to have our own. You remember that the Collywood? Remember there was Collywood in Dominica?
Yeah,
Right. There are talented persons who can be actors. There are persons
exactly.
such as our general secretary, or who are writers of playwrights.
Drama, yeah,
Right, and those content need to be put into film so that
yes, definitely.
that can be recorded for future generations, and for your children to have something to go back to. This is what my auntie, this is what my daddy, this is what my mommy did 30 years ago, and my mommy put this video together, that kind of thing, and they get paid for that. This is something that you can leave in your will. you know we want to
Exactly.
create that sort of, and use the organs of the state to market those things and get
Exactly.
more people
Out
out there.
there. Yes, it reminds me of how Africa used the Hollywood, and they did their own, and what
Correct.
their own is Nollywood. So
Right.
they have Hollywood in US, and then because they realized they had so much in them to give, that some person said, hey, if you can go to the set to act, you can act right in Africa.
Right. and
We
and
can make that platform available for the younger generation to come. And
and
today,
some of them they don't have those big high tech
no,
equipment
some of them use
to.
their phone, just the iPhone, and they have millions of views. So
Voila.
again, it comes down to the content of what you're giving out there. If people resonate with it, then people tend to make it go viral. So we want to give our young people and our elderly people as well, that season in that, to one place where they can showcase. So the young can come in and the old can teach, and then we can showcase our country by doing that. We can have a what hood would we have in Dominica? Dummy hood, a
But
nature hood.
if you look at our manifesto, we did talk about that in detail. We That's our last manifesto, where we talk about it, the nature island. I can't remember the full acronym for it. But in this platform, that is where all those things would be placed, marketed.
Under.
Yes, right. I mean, there's so many years we've been hearing of a studio for persons to go and record them, and that was never done. But that is just one side of it. Not just record the music and put it out there. We have to make sure we have the mechanism in place for the copyright, all the
Yes,
for the copyright, the benefits for their rights, so they
yes.
can get paid for their work. They get paid for
So
their work.
people don't plagiarize their work and pass it on as their own.
Right.
African
And
has
with,
like,
and with that, I'm saying this, I just want to big up guys like Cecil Joseph Jr., who just this week said that this is his 10th studio that he has put together, and he's encouraging persons to come and work with him. I think he built a studio up in France. I
okay.
just want to big up Cecil for his work, and he's been very consistent, working with a lot of artists. And if we get him to break into the French market, more power to him. If there is this platform that all of them can come and drop their content on, and they see the rewards of their music being put out there, not just the music, but their videos, their skits being put out there, and they reap the benefits of that, and that spill over into the long term helping of our tourism product.
Exactly.
Because when those artists make their music videos, they are in essence marketing Dominica. They
Yes.
are marketing Dominica, and most times they do it without any help. So we have to
Yes. So
we have to do a lot more.
we have to invest in them so that they can market properly. We have to invest in them,
You,
especially financially with better equipment. We could, for one of our things is to have duties free for people who are starting off in the content industry. Because we
yes,
don't produce none of this stuff.
I think I think there is some level of concessions that's done right now, but it needs
Yeah.
to be standardized. Whether you do it for the cultural division and make it equitable across the board and not just for musicians only, but for persons who are into video production and so on and so forth. Get put the mechanisms in place so that these people can get access to the benefits that their government, a TUD government in the future, would put in place for them. Right? And with that, let me just give shout out to our chief cultural officer. He would no longer be acting under our watch. And Mr. Government, if I know you're going to look at our videos, I would like to encourage you to take out the acting before Mr. Maff's name. Do
Well,
the, and don't
well,
wait for the government to do it.
well, what can I say on the acting part? Probably it's because they want to go into the industry of our content. They have a lot of actors.
And I'm looking at these young people in that department, and they have revolutionized the cultural division. Culture used to be something that we would, well, sad but true, kind of look down upon and to the point
With
people just
the
dancing.
old people thing,
But they make it, they have done it in a way right now that they are attracting the younger persons
younger
in.
people to come on board. Yeah.
Voila, and that is what we need to keep the essence of our culture alive. Otherwise, when people like me and you go, that's it. The younger ones they wouldn't be interested in that, but they have done the work to get that interesting for the younger persons behind to participate.
Yeah, we need innovation. You see, people are always scared to bring new people or different skill set on board. But you need young people in all aspects, all areas of governance, because they come with a different mindset. We need innovation in some of our sectors because we cannot do the same old and get different results. So it's very nice when you see the cultural division trying something new to enhance our culture, where younger folks can be interested in taking part. It's not like every year people say, oh, it's the same old thing again. I don't want to go. No, now it's getting exciting. Young people are eager to be part of it. And this is what we want. This is what will keep our culture alive and well.
Yeah, so from a theory standpoint, these are the kind of things that we want to embrace. We want to encourage. We want persons to. We want our people, because right now we're in the social media age, and like it
Yeah.
or not, we have to find ways of letting that generate income for our people. With the social media, artificial intelligence, all those kind of things. Did you listen to this song that came out for Carnival opening that Donald Trump was singing in? Do you know that?
No,
That
no.
is form of artificial intelligence. All those things, our young people are very creative, very creative, and the booyah is it has a lot of attention on it right now. So we have to embrace it. We have to maximize its potential.
And we need to keep the momentum going, because
All right.
you don't want to lose that momentum. You want to make sure that you take full advantage of it, and so we are calling on those because we are not in office yet, and so for those who are there, be while we wait until we get there, please don't let the momentum pass
Die.
us by.
Don't let it die. I recognize the assistance that they give to Trilogy and helping him to boost the momentum. I think they're doing the same for the other guys as well. But I have to make special mention of Trilogy because I see what he's doing in the Trinidad market, trying to
Yes,
push the bouillon in that area as well, and hopefully he can get those big soca artists to ride on our music as well. I see he has Nyla Blackman, they produce a song together. While I'm on that, I just want to encourage our bands. Don't wait for only the Saturday before the opening of Carnival to release music. Music should be a wholly wrong activity.
yeah,
And you have many activities going on during the year that this music, as soon when those music come out, it will get you gigs. To
yes, it
get
will.
you gigs. You have that song for Trilogy Kwan and Little Boy. That song got big in Miami Carnival, you know. Miami Carnival is just around the same time as our independence. So around that time. If you think back, that is when that song got big. And later on the carnival coming up and those songs get more airplay. It's big
Exactly.
for the industry. So our artists need to stay focused.
They need the space. Yes,
We're not in the times where you had a big Apple computer that you need two people to lift up. A whole studio is on your laptop. You have a
yes,
whole laptop. When you stay in a nice, and they share in those nice hotel rooms that they're staying in. You're in those nice hotel room. It does take the same phone is a studio as well. Put your
yeah,
scratch down phone, and when you get back down to Dominica, go back in the studio and put that deadly idea you had while you were on the plane. Put that down. Put that down.
exactly.
So what you will get the next big hit out of Dominica. We cannot afford to be sleeping on our content. And
Which is
I say
which is the
content.
new one that came there. Let's listen to one. My daughter sent me one. What was it now? Bye 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 to the old me. Who's singing this
Oh,
one?
that is from the Signal Band. Shelley
Oh,
shows his maturity, and I commented to somebody. Shelley is giving that master degree work to do. Giving him work to do. So he shows his maturity, and he shows the growth that the band is developing from where it came to where it is right now. Signal
yeah.
Band is not a new band, they've been there for a while. And if,
Okay.
if you go on their Facebook page and you look back at the photos where Shelley was the professor, Shelley won the Junior Calypso Monarch for many years. And then
Okay.
subsequently he performed with Triple K for a couple of years while he was building his little band in
It's
Golden.
own brand.
Right. And
And
now
that's
he's,
why we need to give them the space.
yes.
When we put Dominican artists, we're supposed to create a space that when somebody goes on there and put Dominican artists, all these names can come up because we have so many people who don't know. We don't know about Signal Band because we have to remember everybody is not into the same music. So everybody interest will not be the same. So you cannot assume because something is happening in Dominica, everybody know about it. So we have to create a space where if we want to get information, all the information can be there. So we would be able to get Signal Band, Trilogy, Trendsetter, everything will be there. And people will be more exposed to it. They can come one place and get the music of Dominica. It won't be all over. Yes, they have their own individual Facebook page because they have to do what they have to do. But we're supposed to have something for them, that when tourists want to know about our music, they can come into the library and have all our artists' music right there.
I am in full agreement with you, my dear sister. And this is why our manifesto we spoke about those ideas. This is why we spoke about those ideas in our manifesto, and we
Yeah,
we, we cannot drop that. We have to keep reminding persons of those things. We were the only party that had a plan for the development of Dominica. Only party with a plan, right? So when persons talking about what they talk about, only party with a plan, unity for progress
Page
of
9.
our
You can
future.
get the information on page 9. Um, well, it you can read everything, but I think it's page 9 we're looking for.
Yes. So if you just you can pause the video and you can read it in its entirety. And our manifesto is also available on our Facebook page. If you go there, you can get the link to the manifesto and read all our plans. But yes, this is something that emphasis needs to be placed on. Oh, Amani, Augustine. He's a content creator. I'm not sure if you see this video where this guy is dressing up as a Teletubby. He has this funny white shades in his face, and he can come off sometimes as a bit brash, but it's very entertaining, very entertaining. Uh, all these people, there is space for them if with a good branding, a Dominica brand, where all those talented individuals can put their content out there, and and
Definitely.
and it, and it be pushed out. We get advertising to be put in it. We market the product. Right now we have killed television in Dominica, but we need to bring that back. You
Yeah,
remember the days when people used to sit down, they come out from work and they do their little get together and get organized for 8 p.m. What happens at 8 p.m. Petra?
I have no idea what happened at 8
Mapping,
p.m.
mapping news. And that is
We I don't think we had mapping news in the North, no, because I
well, but
think we had Sat TV. I'm not sure if we used to watch mapping news at all in my house. We used to watch news, but it was not
yeah,
part
but
of it.
but
But I know,
I can tell you, and with that, I just saying good evening to one of our viewers, our dear brother and friend Chris Buguno. I'm sure he can give a comment and tell you a confirmation that what I'm saying is true. Every 8 o'clock, people are in front of the TV. They will be switching from the Young and Restless over to Channel 5 to watch the mapping news. And you have that music playing there. And sometimes if on certain evening after the mapping news, you have the program with Lennox Linton and other hosts who come on. These are the kind of things we need to bring back. Need to bring back
yeah,
the
to
content
showcase our
creation.
local talents. We we
Right.
we spend so much time. I'm not against watching other talented people. What I am saying and what we're saying in community, we need to take some of that focus away from the outside world and bring it back into our own space so that our young people can see what we have to offer.
Not
And
not
this is
only
what
not
we
only our young people, but the
well,
people in the
people
international
in
space.
general, yes, can see
In
what Dominica
international
have to
space.
offer.
Right, and when we look at persons like the Mystilics and the what's his name, the guy from Pilit Savan, these guys are all content creators. Yes, they put it
Yeah.
out there on
You
YouTube.
should have a Siri.
Yes, all these guys are content creators, and
Exactly.
they need a space to get their
But they can
one
express themselves.
all. And if it's done, you structure it properly and you put that content
You
out
just
there.
have boundaries and you
A
and you let them
Dominica
know the
brand,
boundaries.
a Dominica brand, and put that out there. Let the people make money. Let Dominica benefit from it, from the spillovers. It will enhance our tourism product, and
It
it'll
enhance their life and their community as well because more they
correct.
have, more they can spend and they can help the young people in their community now because they can afford to. So we're not only doing it just it's not going to stay there because it's cash flow moving into their hands. They go to the shop, they can be able to buy more now. They can help in the school because now they're making money, so they don't have to hustle all the time. Because we create that space where they can be empowered. And this is what we want to do to everybody who's into part of it. Like I have my brother also, Carlos. I think people
Yes,
should know as True Shatter.
yes, yes.
He have some nice
I've
songs.
seen, I've seen his work. I've seen his blogs. He's very talented. As a person who
Yeah,
comes
but
in,
and it just frustrating at times. And he
like
always says, boy, Sister Dominica, frustrating, you're trying, you put in all your energy and you're just not getting out there. You're not, like the people are not supporting your dreams and your aspirations. And you hear
right,
that from the young people. Then they leave and they go to the States. And when they reach to the States, they just do the same thing. And
and
bam,
they
then
thrive, and they thrive.
that's what I'm saying. Like we are
Right.
not creating an environment for them to strive. We need to do
This
that for the
is
people.
something that only a government with vision can put together. You structure it properly. You create the environment that so your people can blossom and thrive. They will flourish. Persons like
Exactly.
Trishata should be on the very nice area that he can put his content out there. Because I know he produces music as well, and he has
Yeah.
been doing it for a while. Persons such as Emma Moses. Emma is out there in the US trying to do his push his music out there. Dr. Silk, and even our own reggae superstar, Nasio Fontaine. All these people should
And
be,
we have Miguel Anderson, we have all these people that trying to
yes,
lead people and showcase their talent
these
because we
people
don't
should
have
be
something to help
superstars.
them.
So now our government should be helping to market those content and put that in such a way that you can sell it to someone internationally. The same way that the NBA is selling their content to various networks.
Exactly.
We need to push our people and help to package them properly so they can sell themselves, well, not literally, but sell the content that they're producing to the global space, and in return get that money to come back to them, which they invest in their country.
Exactly.
You understand?
It's a
All that
win-win situation.
is a win-win for everybody. It's a win-win for everybody, and a government with vision would work on that. These are the kind of things that we have in mind and in store for our content creators, entertainers, and persons in those like disciplines.
Because we are not going back to the Stone Age. I know a lot of people would prefer that Stone Age, but we are not going back. The world has changed. The world has moved to a digital world, so now we have to take full advantage of the space. We have to get our space too as well. So we as a government with vision, we see the changes and then we adapt to the changes. We cannot say, okay, before we didn't used to do that. That's because before it was not there. Now it's a different era. We have to move our people onto the next level. And we, Team Unity, we are willing to do that for our people. And though we cannot force anybody to do what they want to do, we just bring the idea out to the people so that they can hear the plans that we have for their future. And if you are interested in wanting to develop your content, you know who you want to choose because you know who has your interests at heart. So we just saying we are here for the people. We hear the people, the content creators cry. We have already put things in place. We, as you, Brother Carlos said, we have the manifesto. You could read it. There are other things we have listed as well. And so take some time and to read. Take some time, read our plans, see where it aligns with you. And if you have any comments, positive comments that you would like to, please feel free to reach out to us. If you feel that we left something out and we should have it added in it, please feel free to do so because all we want to do is develop our country and make sure our country are out there on the web as well to develop and showcase our talents we have in Dominica.
I see we have another comment from our dear friend Chris Buguno, our dear brother. He's suggesting that private record labels can bring about the same results because waiting on the current administration after 20 years plus to do these things won't happen. Chris, I agree. I agree. This is why in the agricultural sector, our dear sister Petra has been doing a lot of work in that sector as well. So I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but she's involved in the marketing of our produce out in the Caribbean and the mainland USA as well. But I would like to say, because me being someone who has been personally been involved in the sector, it is very difficult to get the private sector to support these kind of activities. I know that from a personal standpoint. It's very hard. In times past, persons like I can remember some of the businesses supporting like the Astafans, the Levi store and so on, supporting artists when they want to do their get their dress up and to help them with the CDs. They would sponsor to help them pay Ken Robinson and Cornell and the others to help them put their content together. I myself, I used to run a channel on mapping, a 24-hour, 7 days a week channel producing videos and pushing it out there. And that used to be out there on mapping. And it was very difficult to get an ad out on it. But in every restaurant in Roseau, that channel would be playing with the Dominican content. That is how guys like that. This guy in Miami, I forgot his name, but he's a rap artist, and he used to play on the channel Caribbean Video Network, which was a channel, which was the name of the channel I was running. That is how the persons like this guy got into Dominica, and he performed through his videos being played out, and that is when people got to know him, and he did a show in Dominica. This is the kind of things that need to make happen in Dominica, but this is a very expensive venture, and it is not sustainable if you don't have the private sector support. Other persons need to support that thing. So that's why I'm saying a government with the vision of pushing those sectors need to lead and to help get the other persons in the various spaces in the private sector to support to getting those.
Exactly.
And of course the environment has to be good. So you have to fix the country. So
Exactly.
because
We cannot ask the
we
people
have
responsible for the bad economy.
right.
Because
So
if they are not making money, then they cannot sponsor our people.
right,
And we have
right.
to understand that it's not that they don't want to because they used to. It's
Well,
that
I
it's
would
a
say I would
difficult.
say they look at it as something that is not a priority for them.
Because they don't have the cash flow that they used to have. When people have a lot of cash flow, people have, from a business perspective, when you have a lot of cash flow, you can take on these activities because all of your expenses are met, your profits are met for your investors. You could take on these activities. But when you borderline, you can't take on these activities, even if you want to, because you have to ensure that your business is operational and always have that cash flow to continue. So we have to ensure that our economy is a strong economy, a surviving economy, that people can invest in, private sector can invest in the citizens and their dreams and the aspirations. So, but remember, it's the governments that put policies and in place to facilitate these things. So we is to put policies to facilitate these things to ensure that the economy is well, the economy is doing good, and that the private sector can then now invest in the young people like they used to. We see that all the time. Carnival time, you have the different companies sponsor queens, they sponsor the children calypso and so forth. So they do try, still continue to do it. But if we had a better economy, then we'll have more private sector injecting cash into these activities, definitely.
So I agree with you on there being fixing the country so that these activities will be easier to be supported. I am also stressing on getting the interest of the person in the private sector to to support these events. Because if persons see that their government is not interested in those kind of things, if they see that's not the vision of the country, then they will not have the interest. But if the leaders lead by example and show that they are interested in the sectors, then the other persons will fall in line and find ways of
Exactly.
supporting it in whatever way, shape, or form that they can. Chris, in terms of a ministry, this is not something that I would go into at this juncture, but this is mentioned in detail in the manifesto. So please take a read and look at it and feel free to engage, and we will give you more information about it. Anything else you would like to add to this, Sister Peto?
No, well, that's where we are. We don't want to give our methods because you cannot give your methods. We bring the general idea out, but we cannot give the methods. We cannot give our plans on how we will do it. We can only encourage the listeners or the viewers to engage with us on one-on-one, and then we will discuss further as to how we can meet their needs. But for now, this is what we want to do as a party, as a team, to make sure that our momentum in the industry as it is blooming stays the same. And so this is part of our plans for content creators, our drama, short screen writers, and this is what we want to do. We want to ensure that we give you the platform that you can enhance yourself and to put yourself out there in that market and that space to get that space. And this is what we want to do for you.
Yes, yes, the Christian School of Music is still around. TUD can get in discussions with but again, those things can happen when we get into office. So for now, we're telling the people what our plans are, what we would like to do, and we were asking that they put us in office so that we can implement those plans. Because I'm sure any person who will sit and have a discussion with us on aspects of development in the country can see that our angle that we're coming from is different from the everyday person and what is usually being spoken about. Not that the mainstream topics are not important, but these topics that we're talking about are also just as important as electoral reform, corruption, and so on and so forth. But we cannot abandon those topics. We have to talk more about agriculture. We have to talk more about industry. We have to talk more about infrastructural development in the country. We have to talk more
Exactly.
about youth and so on and so forth, and growing our economy in Dominica, getting money back into Dominica, getting our Dominicans who are overseas to back home, come back home, because people like yourself, I'm sure you don't want to be out there. You want to be home, but you want to be in a country that you're happy. You want to be happy to be home. You want to be in a welcoming country, and a welcoming country will be welcoming every overseas Dominican to come back home and help to build Dominica under community government.
And he'd also want to be in a country that have a good economy because you want your dollar to multiply. So you don't want to be in a country where when you spend your dollar you get nothing out of it. So this is why we're saying that. Somebody did ask that question that you said about why we don't speak about this, and I said, if everybody speak on on the same topic, then what's the point of it? If somebody already has the topic, let them continue with the topic and let us discuss something else so that we can cover everything together. So because I was even drawing the illustration to the person, I tell them, if you have a pot like we have the port in Dominica. There's the operation sector, there's the accounting department, and then so you cannot, the operation manager cannot tell the person in the accounting department, don't talk about finance. And you in the accounting department can't tell them don't talk about operations. So this is where we are. There's different parties push different topics. This is what they want to push. We are pushing these topics because this is what we want to push. We want to push things that will bring monies in the pockets of our people. That's things that will enhance the economy and have people to be financial independence, that they don't have to rely on anybody to for their immediate needs, that they can sustain themselves. So that's why we are bringing up these topics, because we want to help people in our country to be able to take care of themselves. And are giving that platform, we know for sure with the talents that we've seen lately from our people, we know for sure that platform will enhance these young people with their talent. And as Brother Carlos say, we have copyrights, we protect them, and so that people don't use their music without getting something out of it. So we want to tell the young people in Dominica, we Team Unity, we hear you, we see what you're doing, and then we want to let you know that we are there for you. We are there to work with you. And so the next election, do the right thing. Don't do a good thing, do the right thing. And the right thing is to put Team Unity here to implement these plans so that your life can be better, and on a whole, the country will be better.
Thank you, Petro. But
I think
before we go, I just want to big up
also
guys.
have another comment.
I just want to big up guys like Tridel, who is one of the supporting forces behind Trilogy and Rio and the Booyah Barbie Fifi. I remember when Chidel and Elias or Blessed Memory started 365 MMP as just a
Yeah.
video and photography company. Yeah, they give me some blues, they give me some good they, they take some
Competition is
blues.
good.
Yes, it forced me to improve
Bring up
my
the creativity.
my product offering. But right now he's reaping the rewards with Trilogy, with him being an artist management person. He's managing artists. So
Yeah.
Rio, I've seen what they're doing. They it's like you remember Backstreet Boys?
Yeah.
Right. And now they did a similar kind of booyah music kind of song, and that has resonated largely with the young people in Dominica. The young people like that thing, and we need to get our Discover and Invest Dominica people. Well, I'm not sure, not so much the division of culture, but our people in Invest and Discover Dominica. These people should be pushing those music out there. Yes, you help them, you give them a little help to go overseas now and then, but when the Labor Day come and the Miami Carnival and the Boston and things, you have
Yeah.
to find a way to help them, make it easier for them to go out there.
Work with
And
the organizers, because you have the international connection.
when
So
you
you could
go out,
easily
when you
work with
go
the
out to
organizers.
those, when you go out to those trade shows on Dominica,
Exactly.
in Dominica pocket,
That's
and
why
you
we need the
get
platform.
present them music, those music out there,
That's
right?
why we need the platforms, because it will be one voice for
Voila,
different. That's why
voila,
we need the platform.
voila,
So
and you give
anybody
you
we could
present
go,
that
we
to them.
can promote.
This is Dominica. This
Yeah,
this channel is Dominica. Put that on your local network in England. Put that
exactly.
on your local network in Australia.
Time
Put that
and
on
time
your
you can pay for airspace. Okay, we cannot probably afford it 2 hours, but we could afford 30 minutes or 15 minutes just to
no no
showcase the talent out there.
no, and that's not the direction I'm thinking, Petra. I'm thinking of
No,
creating
I'm
a
talking about
channel.
advertising our thing on the
Oh, no,
international
no,
market. Because you
of
say
course, Of
As
course,
you were saying, Labor Day and so forth. So I was saying the young artists may not be able to advertise on that for that because of the expense, but we as a country, because we
can
have
come
that
together.
platform,
Come
we can
together.
afford a 15 minutes showcasing for our musicians and so forth
All right, put
during
it
Labor Day
together
and
and
so.
put it out. And put
Yeah.
it out. And I think that is something that this is just the beginning. We're just scratching the surface with this topic. So stay tuned. There's much more to come. There's a lot more discussions that we can have on this topic. So don't fear. This is something that myself and persons who are on my team are very passionate about. We will find ways to make it work. Put Team Unity in office when the time is right.
Yes, I see. Chris was asking a question there again. He spoke about the healthcare system is the main reason I'm not in Dominica. He was answering your question. You say when you ask what he'd love to be Dominican. He was saying like the healthcare system is the main reason he's not in Dominica currently. So.
But yeah, so I just want to thank you guys for viewing our program this evening. Um, those who have not yet subscribed, I just want to encourage you to subscribe to our various social media platforms. We are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're on all the various social media platforms, Instagram as well. Just follow us. We put the content out. We're interested in making Dominica better in all the various sectors, fix our economy, fix our country. Yes, Chris, in our healthcare system as well. We want to fix that as well. And we have a dear sister who is passionate about the healthcare.
That's right.
And she's been on the program a few times and she will be back. And I'm sure you would have a lot of questions to ask her and she'll be happy to answer.
Yes, so
Any,
guys, we thank you again for listening to us. Please share with your friends and your family. Let them hear what we have to offer. Don't just keep the secret to yourself. We are not a selfish people. Share with your friends, share with your family, and so that we can move Dominica to the next level. Remember, if you put in good, you will reap good. So if you put in Team Unity, you will reap our ideas, you will reap our vision, but it's only if we are there that we can bring it to life. So it's okay that we can speak about it on social media, we can encourage people, but if you never put us there to implement this, then you will never enjoy the benefits. So do the right thing, make the right choice, and put the right people for the right results.
I just want to thank you
Any
for
last
tuning
word?
in. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in and look forward to engaging them in the next program.
There is nothing which is wrong with the country that a new government cannot fix. It is time for a new start, a fresh beginning, new direction, people-centered leadership. That's why Team Unity Dominica introduces the Clean Slate, a new political direction for the current political era. The Clean Slate, an idea built on new and progressive energies based on what is best for Dominica and Dominicans. The Clean Slate, the platform for a new and progressive political coalition. The Clean Slate, uniting the partisan colors with a message of renewal and hope.